I think that's smart. We talk about it all the time here, how different we all are, even if you have the same diagnosis, or you appear, visually you look the same, but yeah, we're all so different.
We don't all know each other just because our diagnosis label is the same.
That's right.
No, I have never met them.
No.
Yeah, right? Haven't you met each other? Didn't you know? No.
I met my friend at a urologist appointment this week.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
The weirdest places, right? Like we're fully accessible and approachable with the weirdest stuff because we're different.
So I don't know if this will work here with just the audio only, but maybe you could if you could walk us through the experience of using the app. Say you've got the app for the first time now, you're going, come up with maybe some scenario that's fairly typical in how you would be a user of the app.
So I think the first step, of course, is download the app.
After downloading the app, you can view existing reviews that without creating an account, you can use the app and you can see what information already exists from inside of it. But if you want to leave a review, you'll need to create an account.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So then there's a search bar up top. And when you're in a location, or maybe for me, it's kind of after the fact that I think to leave a review because my hands are always busy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're not like, hold on, let me go make a review.
My wife is really good. She's like, let's leave it right now. I'm like, oh, my hands are tied.
I can't.
Pushing this damn chair.
Exactly. All the time, everywhere I go. And it has a drop down. It has a separate set of questions for the building itself. And then the bathroom is weighted separately. So you can see on the app that we've kind of got we call it our Pokeball, and it's got like a top and a bottom. And we rate those separately because not all places have a public restroom. So we don't want them to be penalized for that. Or maybe you're at a place you didn't use the restroom, or you're only at a place with a restroom.
Right. Yeah. You rolled in because you had to go.
Yeah. Exactly. You didn't look at the rest, but you like, hey, you're out at this festival. I want you to know about this accessible toilet. That's first and foremost for so many of us, right?
Right.
So it just takes you through about 10 questions on the top half, 5 on the bottom, and then gives you the ability to write a narrative and or add video and picture, and then you submit it.
Nice.
But we did just launch we are in the process of launching a new feature that hopefully entices people to continue to leave more reviews. That gives your world ranking for how many reviews you've left worldwide.
Oh, fun.
And the ability to have some, to compete within the app. So we'll have that. We have that coming as soon as this week.
Oh,
nice. Humans like to compete. They're like, oh, wait, I can earn something.
Joe said earlier this week, he was like, we have it in test flight and we're playing with it before it goes out. He's like, and then I saw my numbers go up, and then I interacted with your post and I got more numbers, and I was like, I'm going to keep interacting.
Yeah. It's like Duolingo, right? That's why people do Duolingo because, or similar, right? They're like, I want points today.
So
hour alive.
Are you telling me we have a scoop here? Has this new feature been introduced anywhere else?
Not yet. It's
our first scoop.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we're excited for that to go out. We've had a number of different groups have come to us with it just kind of like we get feedback on questions, and from the community, people will come to us and be like, we want to use this tool this way. And we're like, that's really neat. I never would have thought of that on my own. Yeah. It's just this really cool thing that people are discovering how they want to use it.
Kind of crowdsourcing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. How have business owners in the actual, businesses and venues and restaurants, everything, what's their feedback been like?
It's a little all over the place, like it is in person, right? You can have a conversation with a business owner and you point, you're like, if you could just do A, B, and C, this place would be so much more accessible to me. And they're like, wow, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, you could say those exact same things to the other person and they're just put up the wall.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Or they just ignore you. Yeah.
Or they ignore you. But we hope with its continued popularity and knowing that if the numbers speak for themselves, right? I think it's like $1.9 trillion of buying power worldwide the disabled community and their friends and family have. It's good accessibility, inclusion are good for business.
Yeah, I've said that many times now since I learned that on this
And we've had a
podcast.
guest.
Yeah, and I hope the word gets out because nothing talks like money.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a video on TikTok the other week, and it was about low cost, no cost solutions on a patio. Like they had a table that was blocking the sidewalk, and then the door opened into the table, so you had to like come off the curb to go up to go in. And we had a business owner reply and just said, if I were this business owner, I would have called a contractor. I would have given you a free meal, had a contractor fix these things, invited you back down to test it all out and give you another free meal. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes ignorance is just not chosen, right? Like they just don't know.
Yeah. We really don't.
Yeah. They don't experience it. They don't know.
They don't know. And we say that all the time. Like we really aren't in the business of shame game.
Right.
We really, it's like know better, do better.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing. Every time I approach any business that I'm at about some little adjustment that they can make, I'm always respectful. Hey, just want to let you know, I'm not, I'm not saying I'm going to sue them or anything like that. But it would be nice if they would start to get it a little more. In roll-in showers, it's come up recently. I've traveled and talking to some other friends who've been traveling recently. And you go, and it's great. You get there's only like usually one or two in a hotel. So you feel like you've won the lottery when you get one. And then you go in there and it's not really usable because the seat is at the opposite end of the shower head. I'm sure you've run into this. So, Yeah.
Like, great.
Everybody
what am I
has
supposed to do with that?
With that. Yeah.
How is this going to work? No, Doug, you said travel and you totally made me think like, oh my goodness, because when he went on his cruise, I was like, dude, you should put like cruise ships and hotels and like things on this Roll Mobility. So when people are booking, they can go to your little app and say, hey, this travel provider is good to me.
Yeah, definitely. And we have, some stacks of questions like sitting in the wings that we have not yet had the opportunity to kind of roll in, because it's like, if we try to be all things to all places and all people all at once, it's like we just need to, refine what we're doing, do it well, and layer it in. But we are really working quickly to add in sensory features. That's probably the next, that and locations for universal size changing tables. Our base has been loud and consistent. These are the things they want to see in the app, and we're doing our best as a small team that does this unfunded, all part-time to get that out as fast as we can.
Driven by passion, not by time.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what has the feedback been from users? Everything pretty positive? And
yeah, we have people that love it. Again, like we just said, it's a little bit of everything. People who love to complain. You can't make everybody happy,
human
but
nature,
more than that, we have just great success that's just validated everything that we're doing. People love it. They love the idea. They come to us with could it do this next? We have some super users all over the world that have we have one super user in Stockholm, Sweden that has essentially mapped all of Stockholm. Just like, that's awesome. And so when I'm thinking like, I want to plan a trip, I want to go abroad, I don't really know where to start. This person has already mapped this entire city. Wow. So so it's just been great. People are come to us with great feedback all the time.
I've had a mind shift over the last few years that when people are complaining, I look at it as they're just passionate about something. Indifference, if they weren't complaining, they didn't care about your product. And if you had a product nobody cared about, you wouldn't have a product very long, right? So you have to kind of listen to that complaining in a different way. Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all we want to be heard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So any one incident that kind of stands out where somebody's used it in a particular way and it was kind of a special story?
I know Rachel probably has their own, but I know for me, we wound up talking to a woman that said, my daughter has a physical disability and we have had a really difficult time getting out.